Building relationships and gaining permission from the land manager are the most important steps in designing and building trails. The first step in building this working relationship is getting to know your land manager.
Well, I think the first thing you do is simply get to know the local district ranger, get to know the local trail planner, and build a relationship with those people and find out what their needs are. So get to know who the other interests are in the area, who are the other people in your community that have an interest in trails. We're trying to provide a broad range of experiences to people out there. The more you can show that there's a broad base of support for your proposal, the more successful you'll be.
Drive your bike up to
The next step is to present your ideas for a trail system to the land manager in a detailed proposal. An effective proposal clearly outlines the goals and benefits of the trail. Where will the trail be located? What kind of experiences are you trying to create? Who will build it? And who will maintain it once it's built?
A really important step is to go to the field together with the Forest Service or whatever land management agency you're dealing with. Spend time in the field, looking at the trail, looking at the countryside, and talking about what the needs are, where the trail might go, what kind of obstacles there might be to putting a new trail in or rerouting a trail.
After you have established a relationship with the land manager and presented your ideas, be patient. It takes time to get trail designs approved.
Sometimes that's a hard line to walk because it's a slow process. All those hoops you have to jump through, and so you wait a year, the first year you want to start building trail. And then you plan ahead and you get the next trail idea out there, and so that can go through all its review process. And then when you're done with the trail you're working on currently, the next one's ready to go and it's all cleared. You just have to be patient. It's worth it. It's worth it to ride these trails. It's worth it to have these trails for our kids to ride.
6, 5, 8, 9.
The time frame for this process largely depends on whether an environmental study for the area has been done.
Well, if the area that you're referring to, the actual piece of ground, has already been studied and they've done the environmental assessments and they know what's there, that type of proposal could be done in a matter of weeks. If it hasn't been studied, then we're going to have to go through that study process to determine if this is a viable place to put a trail. And that can take between 18 months and 2 years.
Sometimes the study process can become frustrating. Don't be tempted to go off and build your trail without permission.
Problems I see with illegal trails are, some of the first things that come to mind are it may seem like a good trail and it's harmless, but what you may not know is that it goes through a patch of noxious weeds, or that it's going through some critical wildlife habitat that you may not know about. If it's a illegal trail, it's out there on the landscape and we're not taking care of it. If you want to have a good trail system, it's best to come forward with your ideas about trails and work together on building trails that are sustainable. We can do that best all together rather than separately.